Hello everyone, it's Amy Rasavi here with another video for My Favorite Things. And I am in a very much fall mood right now, so I pulled out the new Harvest Mouse stamp set and the coordinating dynamics and decided to make a fun little fall themed card. And I stamped the images I wanted to use onto their little coordinating dynamic cutouts with black licorice hybrid ink onto Kraft cardstock, and then I decided to color them in with colored pencils. So I'm using my Spectrum Noir colored pencils here. I'm using like 3 different sets. I was just grabbing colors at random. But with this, you don't need any specific type, brand, artist quality, anything like that. Like any colored pencils will work. And then again, it depends on what kind of look you're going for. I didn't do any blending, like I didn't use odorless mineral spirits or baby oil or anything like that to blend out any of the lines, but you totally could, and it gives it it makes the colors kind of pop a bit more. But I wanted to kind of keep the little bit of texture I was getting from just coloring as is. And I'm using like a medium pressure. Obviously, if you press harder, it's going to be darker. You'll also have more lines. Yeah, I try to kind of explain it a bit more because I do get asked about it a lot, but I just like to sit and color and I don't really think about it too much. So I kept the colors again very sort of fall themed. I decided to make them little brown mice and give them little green sweaters. And yeah, just literally grabbing colors at random. I didn't layer a whole lot of colors. I would usually either just use a little bit more pressure with one color to create some shading, or I would grab just one shade darker and add just a teeny bit of shading that way, but nothing too extreme. So just really simple, really fun. So I colored 2 of the little mice and then the one basket of apples. And then I had stamped one of the leaf images onto this piece of Kraft cardstock and then just colored it in with different shades of green, red, and orange for fall, obviously. And then I grabbed, there's 3 individual little leaf stamps in this set. So I grabbed those and just slapped them onto an acrylic block. And I only had 2 blank blocks left because when you can't see the rest of my desk, it's because there's like acrylic blocks and stamps and crap piled up all over it. And I'm just going to ink them up with Kraft ink and stamping them kind of randomly all over this little piece of Kraft cardstock. And once I was kind of happy with that, I just started inking up the stamp and then I would stamp it multiple times so I'd get different gradients of the same color of ink. And then I'm going to move on to the rest of the card. So lately I have been having a major creative block, which has been lasting for months. And one way that really helps get out of that is to use the MFT's Blueprints Dynamics. When I'm just stuck creatively and I'm not having a good time trying to figure out what I want to make, what I want to do, one thing I love to do is just pull out a set of blueprints and then go with one of the sketches MFT provides, which I always print off every month when there's a new blueprint set. I print them off and save them. You can access all of that online under their resources. They provide all of this, and it's just a great jumping off point when creating a card. So my layout was already determined. I'd already had picked out the stamps. So then all I had to do was choose what colors I wanted to use. And then I'm ready to make my card. So had everything die cut with some Kraft and cranberry cocktail cardstock. And then I pulled out my burlap background and I'm going to ink that up with cranberry cocktail ink, a very rich kind of, cranberry red color. And ink that up, and then I'm going to lay this die cut piece of the matching cranberry cocktail cardstock on it. And definitely put a piece of scratch paper over this because any shade of red when it comes to ink likes to get everywhere and stain everything. Ask me how I know. And yeah, so got that onto my background. I purposely did it on an angle. I just thought it gave it something a little different. I don't know. And then to adhere it, just some liquid adhesive. And yeah, I had pointed out a little bit earlier there in the video what layout had caught my eye that I decided to use. So I'm just going to adhere everything according to the layout that I had picked out. And instead of using the die cut flower from the blueprint set, I'm going to use one of the little stamped images that I'd already colored. And I had die cut leaves from different colors of MFT cardstock in fall colors to kind of go with my little theme here. So I'd used jelly bean green, gumdrop green, safety orange, and tangy orange cardstocks, and just added little tiny dabs of glue to the large leaf parts of these die cuts and then just adhered those right down. And then to cover that little center area where the leaves kind of meet, this is where I'm going to pop one of my cut and colored mouse images. So I decided to pop him up on dimensionals just to give him a little extra something. So stuck 3 little dimensionals on there and then peeled off the backing and then stuck them into place to cover up the center of those die cut leaves. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the little basket of apples. Just this time I'm going to stick it over the stamped leaves to kind of finish off my little card front here. So my card base is smooth white cardstock that I'd cut down to 5 inches by 10 inches, and then I scored it at 5, so it's a 5-inch square card. And again, liquid adhesive to pop this into place. I like using liquid adhesive at times. It gives you a little bit extra wiggle room to get things straight before it fully dries. So got that adhered, and then that second little image I had purposely done up so I could just decorate the inside, just give it a little something. I decided to forego any sentiment or anything just to kind of keep it a little open-ended. And that's all there was to it. So as always, there will be links to all of the supplies used for this card, and all that info will be on the MFT blog. So make sure to check that out if you're interested in any of that, as well as all of their videos and products and fun things. So just head on over to mftstamps.com. And thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.